Hey there, online students. It's Monday, September 26th. Welcome to the fifth week of classes at DTS. This is Dr. Buer, your online professor. I hope all of you are doing great. I know many of you were on the edge of your seats trying to learn if Max, my son, won Homecoming King. Unfortunately, he did not, but we had a great time. It was a lot of fun, and I'm, of course, proud of him no matter what. So we don't have a Homecoming King in our house, but he's still pretty awesome in my view. All right, well, let me tell you what we got going on for this week. In NT 5103, we are currently getting started with study guides. We will use these throughout the rest of the course to teach you grammar to apply what you've learned from Dr. Wallace's text. You'll notice that we have study guides that have an asterisk. That means that they are already filled out for you. You are responsible to translate that portion of Scripture and read through the study guide, but there's nothing that you're going to turn in. It's not until we get to study guide number 3 that you actually have something that you have to accomplish. So as you're translating John 4, 1 through 6, refer to study guide number 1. As you're translating John 4, 7 through 15, refer to study guide number 2. And then when you get to study guide number 3, 4, 16 through 24, that's when you'll actually dig in and start asking questions. Now, please take note of this particular video right here. This is an introduction to how study guides work. This is still up to date. It was recorded a few years ago, but it still works. It still shows you how they work and what we're going for. So please review that. And the basic goal is we're trying to work very carefully to learn Dr. Wallace's text, to learn the Greek text, to apply what you're learning, and the study guides will help you ask and answer lots of questions along those lines. In NT 5104, we are now currently working on validation again. We did a validation example. Now we're actually working on the validation problem. So if you go down to the actual validation paper, there are some very specific instructions that you need to know in order to do this properly. We actually assign the problem to you. So read that carefully. And then there's a very particular way we want you to go about it, as you can tell. You can see that there are certain things we want you to include and certain ways that we want you to do it. And then also note that this is where research has to come into play. I expect you to use at least 5 of the commentaries that are listed in the syllabus. That means you'll have to research them, you'll have to access them. Some of them are available online through the library, some of them you might have to go to your local library. But you're required to do research for this portion of the course, for this assignment. So please take note of that and plan ahead in order to get that done on time. In NT 5110, we are currently working on, got a little distracted there. We're currently working on the canon of the New Testament. This is one of my favorite modules. This is a module that really rings true to a lot of our current experience. Why do we have the Bible that we have? Why aren't other books that people know about and talk about included? So we're going to be doing our normal flow as far as that goes. Notice that I've got a schedule for a Zoom meeting for us to meet. If you'd like to talk about the course, do anything related to the assignments, etc., the information on how to log on to my room is included there. But then also note that this module goes for about 2 weeks. It goes a little bit longer. The reason being is you now have the research paper bibliography to go to work on. This bibliography paper is a little bit different than what you have done before, so I want you to read these instructions carefully and to recognize what's going on. We are asking you not only to give secondary sources of books and journal articles, etc., that you'll use for your paper, but you also have to look at and include primary sources. Primary sources are ancient direct sources that touch upon the topic that you're looking at. So please be sure to read that carefully. Let me know what questions you've got. I will clarify for you if you need it, but you're going to have to do a little bit of work to get those, and so you want to go ahead and get started on this as soon as possible. All right, well, that's what we've got going on for this week. I hope and pray that all of you are doing well. Please contact me as needed, and I will look forward to working with you online this week and the next. Take care and talk to you really soon.